welcome to our Microsoft Minis OneNote Wonders Part 4. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you've had an amazing week so far and that you are ready for another fantastic session. Today we're going to be having a look at the Immersive Reader and how you can use the Immersive Reader for some incredible projects. Thank you again so much for joining us. My name is Niall and I will see you on the big screen. I'll see you there in 2 seconds. Okay, so here we are on Office 365 and on the left hand side, same as every single day, we're going to go to the N for OneNote. So once I click on the N, you will see that we are now on OneNote and I can go to Recent and I will see that recently I've been working on My Skills and Yours journey. That's the one, the notebook that we've been working on together. So here we are on OneNote. Now today we're going to be having a look at the Immersive Reader. So we're going to go to Literacy. Now you might remember, was it yesterday, was it Tuesday? I think it was yesterday, we used the Dictate tool to record our voice, and you have been creating your own stories using the Dictate tool. Now the spelling might not be perfect, that's okay, that happens. The Dictate tool is not going to be perfect, especially with strong accents such as ourselves. So we have here my story that I created about Niall the little bear. But you know what, I'm finding reading a wee bit tricky today. I've read 3 books this morning, I read another 4 this afternoon. It's the end of the day and I'm just needing a wee bit of help looking at this story. So I'm going to use the Immersive Reader to support me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the story that I want read out to me, and then I'm going to go to View up at the top and I'm going to click on Immersive Reader, okay? So what that's going to do is it's going to open up the Immersive Reader for me. Now if we've not gone through this before with yourselves, the Immersive Reader is an incredible tool, one of my favourite things on all the Microsoft softwares that's out there. The Immersive Reader has the options to help you with your reading, to put in overlays, to get it to play back to you, to translate. It is phenomenal. Trust me. Okay, so here is our story. The first thing that I want to do is I want to make my story a little bit bigger because it's kind of small just now. So I am going to increase the text size all the way to, oh no, that's way too big. I can't read that, that's huge. Okay, so let's make it a little bit smaller until it fills the page. There we go, perfect. Okay, excuse me. Now, I can also increase the spacing as well, so maybe the words are too close together and it's hard to read them, you can increase the spacing as well. Okay, I'm going to turn that off just now for me. We can also then change the font, so we've got Calibri, which is the standard font that we use for everything on the Microsoft products. You've got Sitka as well, that looks a bit more like a newspaper, and lastly we've got Comic Sans. Now I like Comic Sans because look at the A. It is the nice rounded A that we do in school, that we use in school, but it's absolutely up to you what font you prefer. Lastly, we can change the background colour as well. So if you've got it on no theme, just standard colour, no colour in the background, then the white, it can really kind of tire your eyes out looking at a screen for a long time. Sometimes we find it easier to have a colour overlay or a colour background to support us with reading. Now, I would recommend using the sepia theme for that. It puts like a light yellow, kind of orange in the background, and it just kind of softens the page a wee bit up for you. But I know that some people like to have blue, some people like to have pink, some people like to have green. It's absolutely up to you what you prefer. Okay, you can click on fewer colors if you're wanting to choose from fewer colors. There's a yellow one in there, but I like to have sepia. But you know what, for today let's go for the lavender one. Let's change it up a wee bit. Okay, and lastly, we don't need this show source formatting. You don't need to know about that one just now, that's fine. What else can we do? Well, we've got our grammar options up at the top, so we can put in some syllables if we want. So once upon a time there was a little bear named Niall. Okay, so that puts in the syllables for us. We can turn that off, and now we can put in the parts of speech as well. So the nouns will be yellow. We can put in the verbs to be pink, adjectives are red, and adverbs are green. Okay, so now you can have a look and you can quickly see, oh, all of the verbs, they're going to be the kind of pinky purple colour. You can also turn on and off the labels if you need to, so that's just the for adverbs, adj for adjectives, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to turn them all off just now. If you're using them in your work, then it's a great tool, but if you're just wanting to listen, you don't need them on. And lastly, we are going to go to our reading preferences as well. So you can turn on a line focus if you like, so you can have one line, so it puts black bars in the top and bottom of your screen so that you can just focus on those lines. You can put 3 lines, so it's got the previous line, the line you're on, and the line that's coming next. And lastly, you can show 5 lines, but I've not got 5 full lines there on my text, so it's not giving me that option. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off there. We want this, always keep it on. The picture dictionary is a fantastic tool, and it's actually made using Boardmaker. So it's the kind of things that we use for visual timetables. Keep this on, because now if I click on the word bear, it's going to give me a picture of a bear. Okay, so if you come across any words that you don't know what they are, then we can use the picture dictionary to tell us, or to give us clues anyway as to what they are. Okay, so watermelons, there we go, we get a picture of watermelons. And lastly, if you need to translate your document, then you can do that here as well. We will do that after we've listened to it first. Okay, so let's listen to our story. I'm going to click on the top word so that I know that that's where it's going to start, and the computer knows to start there.
Once upon a time, there was a little bear named Neil. The bear loved to eat watermelons, but the shops ran out of watermelons. The little bear did not know what to do.
Oh no! Now, I found that a little bit fast to listen to, so I'm going to click on the voice settings in the corner, and I'm going to make that a little bit slower there. I'm also going to change it to another voice type there, the female voice type, and let's listen again.
Once upon a time, there was a little bear named Neil.
Oh no! It's too slow now, so let's put it really fast. Let's see what it sounds like. You ready?
Once upon a time, there was a little bear named Neil. The bear loved to eat watermelons, but the shops ran
Too
out of watermelons.
fast! Too
The little
fast!
bear did not know what to do.
Too fast for me. I think I'm going to go with 1. Perfect. Let's listen back.
Once upon a time, there was a little bear named Neil.
Fantastic. Perfect. So now I can listen to my story and I can have that read out back to me. Now, remember me saying about changing the language? I can go to translate and I can change it to whatever language you are studying in class. So French, France, the French language from France, and we can change it either by words. So that's when I click on a word, so their time is this word here, fois.
Fois.
Okay, and we can listen back to that if we need to. Or I can translate the whole document, the whole story, into French. And now, if I press play, listen to this.
Il était une fois un petit ours nommé Nial. L'ours aimait manger des pastèques, mais les...
So it will actually read out to us in the story in the other language, which is incredible. I absolutely love that. We can jump between English and French up at the top. Okay, now this is also great if you have someone in your class who maybe doesn't fully speak English yet, or English is their second language, then you can translate the whole document, pick up what it's saying, maybe you speak French, pick up what the story is in French, and then get it translated into English. Okay, fantastic. Now, we can also use this to pick up on spelling mistakes. Now, you'll notice that they called me Neil in this story, and that's not my name. My name is Niall, but that's okay, I don't mind, because I know it's a computer. It doesn't really matter. But I could put in a couple of spelling mistakes and see what the computer does. So let's go back, and we're going to put it in a couple of spelling mistakes. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this text a little bit bigger so that you can all see it. There we go. Okay, so let's get rid of the E. We forgot the E in once. And let's put in, instead of bear, we're going to call it burr. Okay. And instead of eat, we're going to put in eel. Okay. So let's see what it does now. So we go to View, we go to Immersive Reader, and let's listen back and see if we can pick up on those 3 spelling mistakes. You ready?
Once upon a time, there was a little bear named Neil. The bear loved to eat watermelons.
What? Onk? This word here, onk, that's not once. We know there's a spelling mistake in there. There was a little burr. It's a bear. Oh, spelling mistake in there. And lastly, we've got the bear loved to eel watermelons. No, the bear loved to eat watermelons. So let's go back and make those changes. So once, there was a little bear. The bear loved to eat watermelons. Now that I've made those changes, I can go back to the Immersive Reader and listen back to the story.
Once upon a time, there was a little bear named Neil. The bear loved to eat watermelons, but the shops ran out of watermelons. The little bear did not know what to do.
Perfect. Okay, so what do I want you to do now? Well, I would love you to open up your Office 365, go to OneNote, go to My Skills and Your Journey. Within there, the other day, I think it was yesterday, you were recording a story using your voice. So I would love you to go to literacy, and I would love you to find a story that you've recorded or a story that you've written before, any piece of text, it doesn't matter. And I would love you to go to the Immersive Reader and play around with the settings, find out what works for you, listen back to your story, listen out for spelling mistakes, change the language to another language, listen to how that sounds, change all the settings, change all the background colours, play around with the Immersive Reader, okay, and get the settings perfect for you so that when it comes to your work tomorrow or later on in the day, you can use the Immersive Reader to support you straight away. Okay, so you've got 10 minutes to open up any of your stories that you've already created in OneNote. Use the Immersive Reader, which is under, I'll go back, View and then Immersive Reader on the top left, and listen back to those stories, sorting out your settings. Okay, 10 minutes, on you go. Incredible work, everyone. Well done. Thank you so much for joining us today for part 4 of our Microsoft Minis OneNote Wonders lessons. I hope that you've enjoyed learning about the Immersive Reader. I know that I have, and I had a great time playing around with the story as well and sorting out the settings to suit me. Thank you again for joining us. I hope that you've had a great time. Remember to pick up your certificate from the QR code at the end of each of our OneNote videos, and if you didn't get your OneNote Wizard Word Wizard, I did that last time as well, Word Wizard or your PowerPoint Pro certificate, make sure to pick those up as well. Thank you again so much for joining us. My name's been Niall. I hope that you've had a fantastic time, and I will see you tomorrow for our final OneNote Wonder session, part number 5. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you there. Bye!